What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while, but let's get into it. So today I'm going to show you how to make, well, roto cartoon characters out from your favourite footage, SpongeBob, Looney Tunes, Shrek. Did I just say Shrek? And then apply them to your videos so you could use it in meme videos, anything like that, and it's super simple, and honestly you're gonna love it. So let's get into the video. Here we go! So what you want to do is you want to open up After Effects like we do always. You want to bring in your footage and create a new composition. I've done 1920 by 1080 standard 1080 composition. Once you've done that, obviously put your footage into the composition and don't tweak or scale the actual original footage because you want to keep it as crisp as you can. So the better HD quality footage you can get of the cartoon, the better your outcome will look. So here we go, we have the Looney Tunes. And what you want to do now is you want to double click on the layer, which will bring it into this layer viewer. Once you're into that mode, let's bring this back to the beginning. So we're at the beginning where we want to start rotoing, and we want to go up to here where it says ROTOBRUSH tool and select the ROTOBRUSH. Now what we want to do is super simple after this. It's so easy. I'm going to just bring down the window to make it a little bit larger so we can see a little bit more of what we're going to be doing. If we zoom in, Command plus to zoom in. What I'm going to do is make my brush a tiny bit smaller so I can get a bit finer details. To do that is Control and then drag. Oh, on a Mac it's Command and drag. So I make my brush a bit smaller. And now what I want to do is just simply from the first, make sure on the first frame that you want to start this at, otherwise you can start messing up, it will easily mess up. And then you want to basically paint over. Okay, so we've got an error here, right? Now it's saying that we want to make sure that the composition is set to the same as the footage. So make sure that your footage is set to the same as your footage. Mine isn't, so I'm going to go to composition settings, change it to, instead of 25, change it down to 23.976. Click OK. Now if we start doing it, it should hopefully work. If you're doing it correctly, you should get this pink outline straight after you've drawn on, and it should, with cartoons, because there's such harsh edges, it should pick it up really easily, which is really good. So as you can see here, we've got our Bugs Bunny. He's coloured in, but you can see there's little spaces here, like gaps where you want to in between the legs. Now you could tackle this at the end, or you could go in and do it now at the beginning. So what I could do is bring the brush size down a little bit more, Command, so you're using computer at work, and then to do the reverse you click Alt or hold it down and then just colour in like that. So it's almost like Photoshop really. Click in and there you go, you got a selection. Now once you've done that, what you can do is simply push play, and what it will do is it will render the frames out as much as it can. So I'm going to push play and see what happens. Now you can see it's starting to lose the track a little bit in areas, but that's all fine. Once we get through the footage and see what it looks like at the end, we can go back and amend. So there we go. It's played like a set. It's not played the whole entire clip, but it's played what it can handle at the moment. And then you can pull it through if you want more. So if I went like that, if I push Command and right, you keep going frame by frame, and it should start to analyze each frame. If it doesn't, then go back in and just draw all over it again. But just to save the time on the tutorial, I'm gonna skip ahead so that we can show you the next process at the stage. So once we've got our footage and it's all what we want it to be, you basically want to go through and check if it depends how perfect you want your video to look, really. So like here, something like this would annoy me a little bit where there's green in between the ears. So what you'd want to do is you want to go back to the first frame and start from the beginning. Otherwise, if you start in the middle and then you've got to go back again, you can mess up some bits that you've already done. So go from the first frame, go through, check what's not working. So if I go forward one frame, everything's fine there. Go forward another frame, everything's still okay. Go forward another frame. Oh, now we have a problem. So we want to color in this bit here because we want the hand in there, but we don't want that in, so then I'll do that. And you just keep repeating until you've gone through the whole video and made sure that it's as you want it. Make sure you do it from the beginning outwards. If you go back, I've done it a few times where I've seen a problem a couple frames behind and I'm halfway through the timeline. I'll edit it here and then I'll go back to the beginning and realize there's a problem at the beginning, and what it basically like a domino effect. So if I tweak something from the beginning, it could then reverse what you've just done earlier here. So always start from the beginning and work your way through. So just quickly, as I actually forgot to tell you, whilst you're going through this, obviously you can see the pink outline, but if you want to see what it looks like when it's going to be rendered as the image cut out, there's these buttons down here. So the red one, if you click it, you can get a red like onion layer almost, so you can kind of isolate your character. Or if you push it again, you can completely delete the background yourself, and then you can see exactly what it's going to look like on the final outcome. So there's Bugs Bunny cut out. Not really much. You've not really done much work here other than, you know, paint over a character. And then if you can see, it's got quite sharp edges and stuff. If you want to create a bit of a softer edge, you can change the feather up to like 7. Get some nice smoother edges. And then also, if you're getting like some sort of like weird colouring around the edges, which I am, you can shift the edge backwards, so do like -20, and you can cut out some of those colours. And then you can reduce the chatter as well if you need to. You can also click this button here to invert it. So you could do it in the reverse basically. You could do some really cool weird effect where you could put like some weird trippy effect in his character shape. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with it as well. You can use motion blur if you need to. So now I'll take you into a comp where I've already rotoed it out perfectly. I did this at work for a live brief that we're doing. And it's already been exported, so it should run quite smoothly. So basically what it is, it's just Jerry, he's pulling his hat off, and as you can see, comes off, and as it comes off you can see that there's smoke. So what I've done is I've gone in and I've also rotoed out the smoke, and because it's so fast you can see it's quite red because the original footage had a lot of red hues to it. You can also change that. So what you could do is you could isolate the smoke and paint that first and then paint Jerry, so then you'd have 2 separate layers. And then you could add an adjustment layer to the smoke and make it whiter, turn it purple, you know, you can do all different things. You can just get creative really. But yeah, once you've got your character cut out, now you can do whatever you want with it. Put it in your meme videos, put in some weird background, overlay it, duplicate it many times. We could create in loads of duplicates. So we move in loads of Jerrys about. Also, you could add in like things like an echo to one of the layers. So let's try an echo. Let's just say this Jerry want to put in an echo. So let's type in here echo. This is an effect used in meme videos a lot I've seen. There we go. Add in echo, and then if we change the number of echoes. There we go, we've already got a couple added in here. So the final step to this tutorial is basically exporting your rotoed footage so that you can use it in Premiere or use it anywhere. You can make a GIF out of it. And I'll show you how to do that now. It's super simple. So what you want to do, let's just say this is the footage we want to use. It's got a transparent background, you can check that. When you push this button, you can toggle the transparency grid, and that will show you if you've got transparency on. So once you've done that, you can add it to the render queue. You can either add it to the render queue or add it to media encoder. I'll show you how to do it in render queue. So what you want to do is you want to choose a setting so QuickTime won't allow you to do it. But if you click on a PNG sequence, you can then go in and choose RGB and alpha. It has to be alpha for it to work. Let's just check the formats, compression, no, that's cool. And once you've done that, that should now export with the background as alpha, and that's all you need to know. You can do other settings as well. What else has got alpha? See, there's like lossless here with alpha, so that should work as well. And then you would output it to wherever you need to output it. And once you've done that, if you put it into Premiere, it will recognize it as a transparent background, and you can use it. And then you could put it into Photoshop as well, and maybe turn it into a GIF. You know, the possibilities are endless. So yeah, go ahead and do it. You'll enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, you can get creative with it, and you know, this is basically a tutorial just showing you how to cut out characters easily, and then use them, apply them to fun things like meme videos. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a like, thumbs up, same thing in it really, but comment and subscribe, and wait for the next video, because I'm gonna try and make sure you get another one in the next month or so. Maybe sooner, who knows. But yeah, see you in the next one, guys. Woohoo!